First you hear the screams, and then you hear the giggling. Dada home from work, Dada on the scene, it's a Dada thing. Dada takes him out to swing, oh yeah, you better believe. Dada pushing him on the swing, and Dada gonna sing. Dada sings the ABCs, and Dada sings the 1, 2, 3s. It's a Dada thing, it's a Dada thing, it's a Dada thing. Nana used to say she was a dog one day. She was telling a joke and a little bloke didn't pull away. Nana was pretending to bark, Nana was pretending to bite. Nana sure did put one hell of a fright when Nana accidentally ended up biting him. Nana never told that joke again after that day. It was all honk honk, rattle rattle, crash beep beep, and video games. It was a Nana thing. 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 With Papa and lost loved ones that we will never forget. We used to go hunting and fishing, and every now and then Papa would call up Mater the tailor, and we would go camping. And with his beautiful sister, may she rest in peace, we would even go frog gigging. It was a Papa thing. 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 Going hiking, oh yeah, adventuring. I'm gonna follow the streams, getting into anything, exploring everything. It is a Dada thing. Always getting into trouble, always got money on the double. It's a Dada thing. It's a Dada thing. It's a Dada thing. It's a Dada thing. It's a Dada thing.
Well, hello and welcome back to another exciting episode of EricDoordash. We're about to head out in my Malibu. That being said, we are not door dashing today. We have scheduled ourselves on Grubhub from 7:30 in the morning until I think 8:30 at night. So I have a fun shift ahead of us. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get going. And it is 6:42, and we need to start our day right, guys. You know, we have our pet moss here, and we need to make sure we're taking care of our pet moss. We forgot to water it yesterday, because we could have watered it at Casey's again, but my wife actually yelled at me and said, that moss has lived its whole life, never contaminated by chlorine. And then you feed it chlorine. And, you know, she's right. It needs natural moss food. That's why I'm going to go over here and I'm going to water it in my neighbor's pond. Now, we do have permission to come out here and enjoy the dock every now and then, so don't worry about the no trespassing signs. I'm not breaking any laws. Plus, I'm just stealing one little tiny moss cup of pond water. I'm sure they won't mind. It's for an important cause, my friends. Look, even recently mowed, so I can walk to the best pond dipping spot there is and not have to worry. Now, I do have to be careful. You can see my moss does look like it's dying. It's drying out a little bit. Look, we're trying our best here, guys. It might have been the chlorine. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. But when I dip it into the water, I gotta be careful because the top, the moss, it can float away. We don't want our moss floating away. I think I just lost a chunk of moss in the wind. Now I got us a bit of that. We tried our best. Dip it into the water. Soak it up. I'll hold it down so it doesn't float away. There we go. Try not to drop my phone. That'd be worst case scenario, wouldn't it? Well, somehow we lost a little chunk of moss. That sucks. I don't know what happened to it. I didn't see it blow away. Maybe that's it right there. We'll fix it. Look, we did our job. We watered it. I mean, damn it, I can only do so much for a cup of moss. It's lucky I adopted it and gave it a home, honestly. Well, my wife adopted it. Everyone knows it's going to be the wife that adopts it. Drip that extra water out. You don't want to leave the cup full of the excess water. We learned the hard way with our other moss. And if you leave the cup full of water, it's going to slide to the other side of the car every time you turn, and it's going to crash into your dashboard and possibly fall onto the floor. All right, moss. We'll tuck you back in real quick. Get you all spread out nice and gentle here. There we go. Our little friend will live on. We will not let it die. Not my cup of moss. Look at that. Alright, mission accomplished. Bloop. Let's get going. Well, it is 7:41 now. We are in Marion at McDonald's here, guys. You know, one of my favorite things when I used to work at McDonald's, almost 10 years probably ago, was I would eat a steak bagel. I don't like the eggs. I really don't like McDonald's eggs, but I enjoyed the steak bagel. There was just something about it. And they got rid of it for the longest time. And then they just recently got it back. And they have on the menu, it only says steak, egg, and cheese bagel. But I've been coming here for the past couple mornings ordering it, and the one manager rings it up as just steak bagel. So I know there's a button for just steak bagel. And I just went through the drive-thru. Mind you, steak bagel is $5. Steak, egg, and cheese bagel is almost $7. That's a huge difference to me. To me, it is. And I go through the drive-thru, with my app running. I'm, waiting on an order. And I order my breakfast, and she tells me, the girl at the drive-thru tells me that there is no button for it, that I have to ring it up as a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. I'm like, no, I've been here 3 mornings in a row, and they ring it up. And she goes, no, sir, there is no button for it. We have to ring it up this way. So you're calling me a liar? I'm telling you they rang it up that way, and you're calling me a liar? Why would you say that? Like, where's the customer service here? I'll find someone who might know. You literally have the assistant store manager in the office, and instead of going and asking the store manager or the assistant store manager where this button is, she just says it doesn't exist. Well, no, I'm going inside because I know it exists and I have proof, because here I found my receipt from 2 days ago on the ground in my car because I crumbled it up and threw it like a wild animal onto the floor of my car, and it says right there, steak bagel. Yeah, now I have proof. I have proof it exists. You cannot deny me. So I went inside with my receipt to prove that it does exist, and the store manager could not find the button. So she went and asked the assistant store manager, and the assistant store manager, mind you, I worked with all these people like 10 years ago, so I worked with her, literally. So, the assistant store manager came out, she goes, oh, Eric, and he started laughing. I said, it's your fault. You started a wildfire ringing it in that way, and now you owe all of them a bucket of water. You need to put this fire out. They are uneducated. She's just like, all right, it's my fault. You're right. She ring it up, and I look it over the register exactly where this button is. She's like, okay, let them know next time if they give you any issues. It's the middle of the screen on the second menu. It's a big red button. I'm just like, I'll let them know. I will let them know, so I know exactly where the button is. If I come through this drive-thru and they give me lip again, I'm saying, no, ma'am, it does exist. You have to go to your second menu, look at the middle of the screen. It will be a big red button. It says just steak bagel on it. I will let them know. Believe in me, it will save me $2. I'll let them know. I'll take a victory shake of my bag. We won this time. We won. All right, I'm sorry. Fix my hair real quick. It's blending with my beard. I'm sorry, but if you have a button to ring it up $1 cheaper with less ingredients on it that I didn't want, do it that way. You know, if they were actually having a button on the register to ring it up the way I need, and it's cheaper, and they're like, no, sir, we can ring it up that way, but we have to charge you the extra money even if you're not getting the egg. We're not allowed to use that button. Like, how does that make sense? You know, clearly, I don't think that's the case, because she said she'll show them where the button is so they know from now on. They just didn't know. They probably moved the button from where it was on the register last time. It got moved around when they updated stuff on the register, so they probably just don't know where it's at. So we got our food. We're not a liar. I actually stopped ordering it. You know, I used to love ordering the steak bagel, but I actually stopped ordering it because I didn't want to pay almost $7 for a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. I'm sorry, but $7 for a bagel with cheese on it? That is crazy. You know, so I stopped ordering them. It was literally the only thing that McDonald's has for breakfast that I enjoyed was the steak bagel. And they took it away, and they told me a liar. Not me. There's no cheese on my bagel. All bagels get cheese. All muffins get cheese. There's no cheese on it. There's no breakfast sauce on it. It's just a bagel with steak. Oh my God, these people are crazy, dude. These people are crazy. $5 for no cheese? You're crazy, dude. The cheese is like $1 right there. That's $2 of the cost for those pieces of cheese. I'm going back in. That's crazy. You've got to be kidding me, dude. Wow. Well, apparently, because she pulled it up on the computer and showed me the ingredients on the steak bagel, which is, mind you, $1 cheaper. It lists breakfast sauce, but it does not list cheese. So for the steak bagel, technically, it doesn't get cheese. And think about that. A steak, egg, and cheese bagel is $6.50. It comes with an egg and 2 pieces of cheese. They have a button for a steak bagel. It's $5.50. $1 cheaper. And it comes with just steak, no cheese, no egg. And it's $1 cheaper. That is so dumb. It did start a wildfire ringing this up for me, because not only did she ring it up when no one else even knew the button existed, but then the people that made my sandwich put 2 pieces of cheese on it and breakfast sauce, and it wasn't even supposed to get any cheese on it, and it had 2, and 3 times in a row I ordered it and it had 2 pieces of frickin' cheese on it. But this time they decided to be pricks about it and make it with no cheese. Oh. And she took the other one and threw it away. Could have at least let me munch on the steak. I could have put it on my one with cheese and had a double steak bagel. If it's just gonna get thrown away. Well, mossy plant. Next time we know. Next time we know, just order it as a steak, egg, and cheese bagel with no egg. It just irritates me, because if you get a sausage, egg, and cheese muffin, it has cheese, obviously. But if you get just a sausage muffin, it still has cheese. So, why do I have to specify? Why would the steak bagel not have cheese, but the steak, egg, and cheese bagel have cheese? That's so dumb. No one, who would want to eat a bagel with no cheese? Just bagel. Anywho, it is now 9:14, and despite the fact that we've driven across town a few times, we just have not received any Grubhub offers until now. Now we are going to Panera, where we'll be pursuing a $7, I think it said 8 miles. Definitely worth the 2-hour wait. We are making profits. We're proving once and for all you can 100% rely on just Grubhub in this area, for sure. Well, Panera awaits. All right, well, we're gonna skip ahead into the future. It is now 2 o'clock and Moss is still alive. Guys, the reason it's 2 o'clock is because I haven't got an order yet. I have went, 4 or 5 hours without an order. I dropped my order off in Carterville, waited around for like 20 minutes there, drove to Heron, then I drove to Marion. I've waited around in Marion, drove across Marion a few times. I don't know what's going on. I'm having flashbacks to the last time I scheduled myself full shifts during my Grubhub premiere, and I have a video called I Broke the Grubhub World Record, because I went from 6 in the morning until 12, almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, without getting an order. And I'm getting flashbacks to that, because now I have went 4 hours without an order, essentially. Like, what's going on? What is going on? So, yeah, I'm so confused right now. But I did just get a Little Caesars order for $11, 15 miles, taking me all the way to West Frankfort. Really? Luckily, since I am on a Grubhub and I am scheduled, if I do somehow make less than $11 an hour today, at the end of my shift, it will balance out and give me up to $11 an hour. What a steal. What a steal. Well, guys, I know things are looking grim, especially since I just spent like $7 more at McDonald's because I was getting hungry. It's been like 6 hours. I'll throw that away in a second. There's not a trash can to throw it away in. I am here at Little Caesars. I'm heading inside, guys. We gotta get our pizzas. We gotta get going. You know, because we're going all the way to West Frankfort. We're gonna have to do a there and backer, or we're just gonna sit in West Frankfort for an hour waiting on an order. All right. Well, he handed it to me without a bag. I asked him for a bag. I said, "Listen, dude, I'm not saying I've had or haven't had a situation where a sauce might have slipped off the pizza box into the back of the bag, and then I delivered the pizzas and found it later and realized I messed up. So because that it could or could not happen, I might need a bag to prevent that from happening." I mean, we've all been there, or not been there. Let's get going. We're dropping it off at CVS, it appears. I'll go ahead and take the bag in so they know that, actually, I don't want to do that. I really don't like carrying the whole thing in. They'll know when they bite into it, and it's nice and warm. And the grease just explodes in their mouth. Oh yeah, it is really warm. Well, lock the door. Get going. Alright, we'll skip 2 hours into the future. Our plane is still alive, guys. We are at West Frankfort still. I've been waiting by McDonald's. I was over by Wendy's over there, and then I moved over here. And I was working on my video. And they took me all the way up here. I didn't want to drive back without an order taking me that direction. It took a couple hours, but Logan's came through for us. We're going to be heading into Marion, going to Logan's, picking this bad boy up for 20 buckaroos. We'll finally be back in Marion. Look, guys, I know what you might be thinking, because you heard me slip up and say that it guarantees $11 an hour. You're probably thinking I've been just sitting around milking it, purposely not trying to get orders. And well, you're partially right. I have been milking it, and I have been just sitting around at the nearest store waiting to get an order instead of actively driving to the hot spots to look for an order. But I can honestly say that if you tune in to my Is Premier Grubhub a Scam videos, you can see me from 6 a.m. till midnight every 7 days of the week. Every single day of that week, I worked 6 a.m. to midnight, and I actively drove to all the hot spots, and I was actively looking for orders as aggressively and vigorously as I could. And at the end of the week, at the end of each day, I got bailed out by Grubhub, and I made under $11 an hour. I already know that if I drive and I exert myself that much, it will not make me any extra money or get me any extra orders. There just hasn't been that many orders today. You know, if I would have sat in the middle of Marion at the busiest store, I possibly could have got some, but it did send me away from Marion on both my orders. So I waited around a little bit before heading back. You know, it is what it is. You know, I can't just drive and do there and backers over and over and over, hoping that I get an order. I did that in my Premier Grubhub videos. They were really entertaining, and I advise you to go watch them if you haven't checked them out. They are filmed up and down instead of left or right, so, you know, it's probably...
In 2 miles, take exit 54 for Illinois 13 West toward Carbondale.
So it's probably better if you watched it on a phone, but I felt like it was my best content so far, and I really did drive all over. So I've proven that doesn't help, because I was driving double the miles every single day that week. I'm not doing it this week. I'm going to relax, chill, watch some YouTube videos, maybe even download a game to play on my phone, and I'm going to earn money while I wait for Grubhub to tell me to get to work. I'm next to stores, and I'm looking for the orders if they're there. As I was just pulling up here at Logan's, I was also thinking, if you've seen my past couple videos, you'll notice I get majority orders on Grubhub are actually in West Frankfort. I really did think if I stuck around for an hour, in that hour I'd probably get an order. But after that hour, I was determined to finish my YouTube video, so I blamed the video on the next hour that followed. And it says, please double check, make sure order is correct before leaving restaurant. I totally did that. I went through the whole bag, pulled everything out. This zipper is giving me trouble. What's going on? Oh, I had the plastic bag zipped in it a little. That explains it. Anywho, we did get an order at KFC as we were dropping this one off. So we're gonna head there and make us $6 for our next 6 miles driven. Join me on our adventure. Try our new tenders, it says. Guys, I'd be scared to try their new tenders after they tricked me into trying their new chicken nuggets. Bro, what happened to the popcorn chicken? They replaced popcorn chicken with like these generic freaking Clover Valley chicken nuggets, dude. And then unzipped the bag preemptively with both hands this time. Guys, I took one turn and my drink tipped over. I was able to reach back and save it, but it sounded grim, like a waterfall. Well, lucky for us, turn this light off real quick. Lucky for us, we heard the waterfall noise immediately and was like, oh no, that doesn't sound right. And I reached back and grabbed that cup. So it only drained just a little tiny bit, like just enough to dampen the corner of a napkin. You know, it was just, I heard that noise, even though it was just a second. I heard it. I was like, oh no, like, I've heard that one before. I know exactly what that is. I don't even know how it tipped over. Nothing in the cup holder, you know, and it's sitting in the cup holder all the way, and somehow it tipped over. I don't know. And as we were dropping that order off, we once again got another one. This time it's going to be at Backyard Burger. I think it's at $12 or something. We're going to Heron. Well, all right, after a short 10-minute wait, we were able to get our order, and the employee offered us a drink for our wait. So we got a free drink as well. Exciting. I always love free stuff. I'm sorry, but nothing says I appreciate you to a dasher or, you know, a delivery driver like giving them a free drink or something to eat, like a free cookie while they're waiting, man. Well, I didn't even get to pull out of the parking lot, and it just added on another order also going to Heron at Cracker Barrel. But it wants me to go to Heron and drop this one off and then come back to Cracker Barrel here in Marion and then drive back to Heron. Cracker Barrel's quite a few blocks away. I don't really want to take the drive there and risk being late to the delivery. Whatever, man. we're not in a hurry. We will just drop this off and come back. Look how close I am to this other delivery's drop-off. Like, seems like a waste. It's gonna take 10 minutes to drive here. It's gonna take 10 more minutes to drive back. But I don't know, man. Just seems like a waste, guys. But you know what? Like I said, I'm not in a hurry. Not in a hurry. We'll go back. My only assumption is I'm thinking their system predicted the order wouldn't be ready for a while, so it wanted me to do this. That makes sense. I mean, it is Cracker Barrel after all. They're not known in my area for being very quick. Alright, 7:04. We are here. Let's head inside. See if our order's ready. I'm gonna ask them when it was ready. See if I could have driven here or not. Well, it was ready. She could not tell me how long it's been ready. She said, I don't know. She was busy. She didn't have time for my questions. That's okay. Okay, well, we just turned out of Cracker Barrel, just got about 2 minutes down the road here, and got a Popeye's order added on. Once again, it has us backtracking, so we're going to drop this off in Heron, which would be technically in the direction of West Frankfort, kind of. And then we're going to backtrack all the way back to Marion, pick up Popeyes, and then go all the way to West Frankfort again. So, I don't know, guys. It's what it wants us to do, so that's what we're going to do. I don't really have a choice, because if the Popeye order isn't ready, I'd be really wasting time if I went and just waited there. And this customer's already waited long enough. I think we'd all agree on that, so let's go drop it off. Alright, 7:31, bloop, bloop, bloop. Just drop that off. And now we are heading back to Marion to Popeyes. Or as my 6-year-old calls it sometimes, Poppy, yes. Alright, we're reaching the home stretch. We're here where we can love that chicken. Let's head inside. We just pulled up and we are ready to pick up our order and head towards West Frankfort. By the time we get there, it will be pretty much time for us to pause and head home for the night. Like I said, that's going to be it for me tonight, guys. On the left is how much we earned. We worked for like 13 hours and we made $90. But after midnight, we got bailed out. So with a generous $52 contribution from Grubhub, we were able to make $11 an hour, averaging $143 for the night. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you again next time on Eric Doordash. Dash on. Dash on.